Hey everybody, and welcome to Cobcast, where I'm going to tell you a story every single day for as long as I can. And I'm not sure what's going on with this lighting, but I'm going to get a new camera and a microphone so it's easier for you guys to hear me. But I don't have a green screen, so you guys are just going to have to deal with me changing my background every day, so that way you're not looking at the same thing. But I am going to use the same barrel as a seat, because I think that should just be the tradition. Just sit on the barrel, right? Today's story is called Campfire. And please excuse my cats if they get back on the camera stand, because what this is propped up on is pretty prone to the cats getting onto, just like my pilot episode. This is episode 2. That's 4. 2. And Campfire, that's where we're going. I have to give you a little bit of a background. So, background on this one. I grew up kind of in the sticks, out in the country. Not early on, but as I grew up, I started hanging out with people that went to the river a lot. My father took me to the river a lot ever since I was probably maybe 7 or 8 years old. Probably before that, to be honest. And we'd canoe, walk the islands, sandbars, and search for arrowheads. I'd bring my BB gun out and shoot at clam shells and just find arrowheads and have a good old time. Well, we also did a lot of camping. And as I started to get a little bit older, I camped with a lot of friends. And we would hang out with girls to, we didn't have a place to really, I'll just leave it at that. So, we'd go out camping and pitch some tents. And we usually had a fire, of course. This specific night, which is why this is called Campfire, is going to be one of those things that you cannot forget. Because we started the fire, which I don't do this, but some people do, using gasoline, petrol. I don't do that. I use like little twigs and leaves and try to get like an ember going and then start from there. But there's a lot of people that don't understand what it's like out in the sticks, where you could start a fire, as long as you have a lighter. And I'm not saying rub 2 sticks together. I'm saying if you got a lighter, you don't need gasoline. You can just grab some little brush, some little twigs. Anyways, that's a digression. These people used this gasoline to start the fire, and the gas can was still sitting there. Not close to the fire or anything, but we were drinking. I don't drink soda, but they were drinking liquor, and they needed soda for their liquor, and I was stone cold sober. I was asked, because I was not even the designated driver, we were all camping, but I was asked to run to town about 4 miles away. And this was before you had these little digital things in your hand that you could just look up if the gas station's open or not. I didn't even know what time it was. All I knew is that it was dark. And I guess I should be better at gauging time, but that's another digression. I go up to the gas station. They were closed. There goes my cat attacking the moth. We're just going to keep rolling. It's kind of funny. So, I go up to the gas station. No bueno. No good. And there's a soda machine sitting right next to the gas station. It was 60 cents, I believe, for a can of soda. I picked up a couple Dr. Peppers, picked up a couple Coca-Colas, and brought them back. There were some styrofoam cups in the car. I borrowed, we're just going to call him Rich. Borrowed his car to take it up there. And I get back, they're all pouring their drinks, mixing their drinks, and, well, one of them, when he finished his drink, saw that gasoline can. And he had a brilliant idea, was to take some of the gas and pour it into that styrofoam cup to right onto the fire, to make like some kind of impression, or just to have fun, to be a firebug. And he was like, oh man, that was so cool. And everybody's like, no, we're going to cook on that fire. We ended up cooking a frozen pizza and some wieners and stuff. We cooked a frozen pizza on that fire. Oh, man. The things that you do when you're younger. Well, he set that gas can, right, I don't know, maybe 4, 5, 6 feet behind him, away from the fire. And then he goes back and he picks it up, puts a little bit more fuel in there because he thought that was really fun. And I said, dude, no, stop playing with the fire, and you can't pour gas into a styrofoam cup. He's like, why? And as soon as he moves his hand, he trails the gas right to the gas can. And in most people's mind, and we're next to a creek. There's a creek with flowing water right next to us. And his first thoughts were, this gas can's going to explode. Like, this is not the movies. This is not in the movies where you light a fuel tank and the whole car explodes. It's a gas can. Just snuff it out. Or something. Just don't do what he did. Because in his mind, it was about to blow up. And he whipped it across the woods. And like I said, there's a creek right there. If you had to throw it anywhere, wouldn't you throw it in the water? Nope. He threw it across the woods. And it still had about maybe a gallon in it. It hit a tree. And the nozzle broke off. And there was a huge fire. Huge fire. And we had all 3 girls and the other 4 dudes, plus me, kicking dirt on this and stomping it and trying to get the flames off of the tree. And you know what? We will never let him touch a gas can again. And that's why this is called Campfire.